Hello there, men, and welcome to the Masculinism Movement channel, a place for men to be men and talk about masculinity and men's issues. I'm your host, Brian Crawl, and today I'm going to talk to you about a man versus a woman's love and what the differences are in the ways that a man versus a woman love. Nature causes both men and women to feel feelings that we call love for the purposes of reproduction. But what we call love is different things to men and women. Men feel loving feelings because a man must become pair bonded to a woman so that he'll be able to mate with her long enough to reproduce with her and then continue to be bonded with her so that he will stay with her long enough to father the children they have together, at least long enough to ensure their survival instead of simply leaving when the woman starts to look fat. So nature wires men to become emotionally codependent upon the woman for these positive feelings and to feel them in spite of her gaining weight as she does in pregnancy and on older age oftentimes, or any changes that may take place to her personality, which is also natural for her week to week during her menstrual cycle. A man's love for a woman is wired to be unchanging so that he will father children with her. Women feel loving feelings because they must choose a man to reproduce with. And so nature has wired them with positive feelings that they will feel for the man that they perceive to be the best future provider for their offspring. And they are wired to have these feelings get turned off as soon as he stops providing, stops being a good mate to her or father to their offspring, or she finds a better mate and father to take his place. Women are wired to have their feelings of love be dependent upon certain factors that are subject to change. And if certain changes take place, she's wired to stop feeling them for him and find another man who makes her feel that way and can help ensure the survival of her offspring. Women were wired this way throughout our evolutionary history due to the fact that men were always the ones to fight in wars and do other dangerous things. So the male mortality rate has always been high, and thus women have been programmed by nature to be able to move on from one man to the next quickly and efficiently. And so it is that men love idealistically, meaning more in a romantic way, sort of a fairy tale romance type of manner, whereas women love opportunistically. Based upon the way a man makes her feel by fulfilling her desires and giving her what she wants in life. A man's love for a woman is based upon the idea of who she is to him. A woman's love for a man is based upon the idea of what he does for her. A man's love for a woman is unconditional and not based upon what she does, but who she is or who he feels she is, based upon her manipulation of his emotions and thus perception of her personality. Whereas a woman's love for a man is conditional upon her attraction to him and his ability to provide for her and her being able to use his resources to have the life she wants. A man's love for a woman is for her and her alone. A woman's love for a man is for his assets and his assets alone and not him. A man loves a woman like he loves a part of himself, his other half, something he cannot do without and would be like losing a piece of his own soul if he lost her. A woman loves a man like she loves a thing, an object, something that she has collected, that she enjoys owning and having as a resource, but which is still just a thing, so it's completely expendable and replaceable. A man's love is about sacrificing himself and his independent identity to become one with his beloved. A woman's love is about sociopathically consuming the man and integrating as much of what she can take from him into herself to build her up in her own egoic self-aggrandizement. What women feel and label as love is just the feeling of happiness and excitement they get when they are having their desires fulfilled and are being given the lifestyle they want to live. Even if a man is loving them in a way that is pure and unconditional, a woman cannot reciprocate that kind of pure, unconditional love. A woman's love is far from innocent. It is based upon what a man provides and does for her, and the positive feelings she feels because of it. Once his provisions do not matter to her anymore, these feelings go away, and she will start treating him like someone that she never really loved, because she never really did. She may even treat you like an enemy and go to war with you, trying to appropriate your property, or worse yet, completely destroy and bankrupt you. She will also replace you faster than you thought was possible for someone to fall out of love, recover from heartbreak, and fall into love again and commit to a new relationship. And that is because she wasn't in love with you. So she didn't need to fall out of it, didn't suffer heartbreak, and isn't looking for a new guy to fall in love with before she commits to him. To women, men are just social utilities to be used until they are used up and then discarded, like any other object that they own and use up. When a woman says she loves a man, she means the way that he makes her feel, not him as a person. But she loves the way it feels to be feeding off of him and using his money to live her best life, as well as getting a narcissistic supply of validation and other good feelings from him, and dopamine spikes. When a man tells a woman he loves her, it is like how a drug addict loves a drug. He loves the way it makes him feel high when he is on it. But while the drug is making him feel high, it is secretly sucking his life force and depleting him from the inside. And it is only when he cannot afford it anymore and she leaves that he realizes the extent of the damage it has done on him and his life, and just how much it has taken from him. So those are the differences between a man's and a woman's love. And that concludes this talk. Thank you for listening. Be sure to leave your own thoughts and opinions in the comments section below. And if you like this video, be sure to hit the like button and share these messages with everyone by sharing the video on social media and talking about these things as well. And lastly, check out the links in the description below for other resources for your masculine personal development and living the life you want to as an independent man. And stay tuned for the next video coming out soon, which will be on the different types and levels of romantic fairy tales that we are sold on. And make sure you're subscribed so you'll be notified when that is. And otherwise, take care of yourselves, men, because no woman out there is going to.